Everybody, my name is Lauren. I'm going to show you a couple tutorials. The one right now I want to work on because I have more space right now in the camera angle up here is the escalator. And there's a couple different variations that people show for beginners that I would like to talk about why some of them are good. I'm just going to show you the one that I prefer to teach people. I have a friend, and I've seen this before. She first learned to do it this way. So if you do not release with the hand, or I'm sorry, the escalator, I guess would be this way. And I just hit the fan. That's the problem with indoor hooping. So that's the escalator down. I guess this one would be considered what some people call the circus start or something, or the reverse escalator. A lot of people, there's different things that might confuse people. First of all, with this trick is because it is illusionary to some degree, and because as a performer you should be creating more of the illusion with your body, with your performance. So things that confuse people that think are involved in the trick are the arm up, which you don't have to do, but it looks cooler, and or what you're going to do is to get the arm out of the way for beginners, but also you have to be careful because this arm is not the one that's going to be catching the hoop. It's going to be your right arm. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to have your arm for the illusion, switch, grab. It's very complicated looking, especially because the other arm, however, if they didn't have that other arm in there, which I think is what a lot of people do, is they don't let go, and it looks like this. It's just off, taken, basically just hand folding, swinging, and the actual swing is this push towards your body. It's this like you're pushing it towards your belly button, depending on how much momentum. Because you could. And anyway, so it's gonna kind of hit the back of your head a little bit, but you don't want it to hit your head. You're gonna kind of feel it on your shoulder right there. See where it's hitting my shoulder? The shoulder cap, or whatever that's called. So it's release, and you let go. The reason people don't release, sorry, I'm waiting for a package and the FedEx just came, and I'm all like, okay. So the reason people don't release is because they usually hit themselves in the face. So if I feel like if you have this angle like this, where it's right in my forehead pretty much, that's where it's going to be hitting, and you're not going to hit your face. But people have it up here, yeah, you're probably going to hit your face because your face comes before your hand. As long as your hand comes before your face, at this angle, right at your forehead, you're probably pretty good. Okay, so as I was saying, it's going to hit about here. So like I said, what the first one is so first of all, it's hard to see, but both of my feet are in the hoop, and if my right hand is holding it, and if I have it around my waist like this, I'm going to let the left side drop, still holding it with my right hand, and I'm going to bring my arm back towards in a plane with my body, facing the same way, palm facing the direction that I'm facing, and my thumb is facing outward. So, like I said, what some people do is they don't let go, and I'm not totally used to doing that one, so bear with me if it doesn't look as good as some people can make it look really good. I just don't do it this way, but I'm going to show you it. So it's you have it, and you take it, and you let it kind of come up, and from there you can do some cool things. Now I might try that in things and be like fold onto our body or something. So, but anyway, that's one way. And that's usually very beginner, like what you really start out with, and or kids, because letting go of the hoop with things is a little bit difficult for tricks at first, or you're scared, or it's nervous, and the hoop is coming at your face. Sure. So, but anyway, So another way that I do it is, and also what helps is that I'm leaning my weight on my right leg, on my right hip, and my left leg is kind of cocked in. So I'm kind of like, like letting my knee drop. So it also kind of hits about my calf, my upper calf. So it also gives that extra, um, like angle, I guess, like that extra room. Otherwise, if you're out this way, it's pushing out here. Hit the couch. It's pushing out, and you just don't get as. That's where it might not get all the way up your body. If so, problems that might be a case. So if you're having problems, maybe just lean on the right leg. If you're having it on your right side, otherwise it's opposite. So your left arm out, and you're leaning on your left. So anyway. So pushing it up towards your belly button, and the way that I do it, I often cheat. I often don't do a full escalator. And what I mean by the full escalator is the first one I showed you, where you give the illusion, and this is very, unless you're like a performance, it's kind of weird. Like in flow, I feel like I don't often do so many of these complete moves because they kind of are more fluid, right? So instead of like this performance, like standing, and then shift, okay, that was a bad example, but shift, grab into something else, that would be the full escalator, and like what I did, so my arm is getting out of the way, I'll break that one down for you, my arm is getting out of the way, so I have it up, my left arm, and the exact same stance as before with the hand and the hoop, and I'm going to push and let go of the hoop at my waist, and the reason my arm is going to be up is because it gets it out of the way. Otherwise, you can, but it's kind of not as, it doesn't look as cool either. So, but anyway, so you have your hand up, and what you're going to do is when it hits about there, and it's your shoulder blade, I remember that word, so it comes up and it hits your shoulder blade, and as soon as it clears your arm, you are simultaneously switching and pulling this arm down and popping this one up. Like I said, you're going to try to pop your arm up, but you really only reach about here anyway. So your arm is up, you push, and I'm pushing with, some force. I have it kind of extended back past my body. I don't have it level with my plane. I have it back almost as far as it can go physically, without pulling and distorting it. I'm not like tensing it out. People, you can make it as much swing as you can, but it's touching the ground, and there's some resistance, and I'm pushing up towards my belly button or my chest, like about here, your rib cage, and I'm pushing in and up, and then grabbing. So right about here is where it's going to shift, and I move like that, and then it comes off. So do that a couple times. Oops, sometimes it hits your head, but honestly, I've laughed so much, and it kind of, you need to stick to things sometimes, which is another level, which I haven't adventured much on unless by accident. So anyway, you just practice, and that's how you play with how much force you need. Right now, this one is the one that I'm most comfortable using. I have a couple different hoop sizes. This one is I believe it's a 32-inch, I haven't measured it, might be 32 in the diameter, inch polypro, and so those are different than the HDPE. Other ones I like to use, anyway, I can do that another time. So anyway, this one's like a 32-inch polypro. So the resistance is pretty springy. It's really light, but you just kind of play. A lot of it is just playing and getting the feel for your hoop for the first while anyway. Other than these tricks, you just have to kind of know how they physically feel. Anyway, so that's fun. The cheater way that I usually do in my flow is what I do is I kind of hook it with my arm. So instead of having this arm extended up and switching and grabbing like this, which still looks cool, and I realize I need to be doing that more often, But what I often end up doing is turning it into a fold, essentially, is I'm kind of like body breaking with my arm. So when it hits here, instead of letting it go up my body so much, I I just kind of pop it in my elbow. So I bend so what I'm doing is I'm doing the same beginning motion with the arm with the pushing. And instead of doing everything else, I'm kind of bending my body back upwards and crunching like a side crunch into the hoop, essentially, and like letting it pop into my body. And so that force is going to make it pop over your body that way. And so you can turn it into a fold, or you can whatever. Oftentimes, I don't know. I feel like when you get in the same kind of flow rut, I often end up just doing things like, you know. But anyway, there's lots of things you can do with that. And I hope that was helpful for some people. I know that there's different ways that people have been taught, and so there's no right or wrong way. Every little thing is different anyway. If you're not doing something right, quote unquote, you're just doing it a different way, and you're doing a different trick. It's a different variation of the same family of that. So, but anyway, that's my reverse escalator. And again, if you're doing it on the opposite side, everything is opposite. Which I haven't done that clearly enough that that's strange to me. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you stay tuned for more tutorials because I'm going to start having them on my page. So I hope you enjoyed. And good luck with all of you hooping superstars out there learning these new tricks for the first time. And I hope that you find new love for them. If you have been lazy like I am, maybe let's go back and explore the full moves again. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Peace, love.